left, nothing safe, not even a crust. All aboard for a fat boy trip, and you can call me captain. Don't forget the paper plates and the stack of napkins. P-I-C-C-A, P-A-R-T-Y. P-I-C-C-A, P-A-R-T-Y. Pizza party, pizza party. Gonna have a good time. Pizza party, have a sip of red wine. I missed you. How you been? Good? You're looking good. Smelling good. Holy cow. Listen, I always tell you what a great show we have, but tonight, this is like superstar Hollywood level. All right? Today's theme, family. I got the whole family at the table today from all over the country. I'm not joking. Why? Because this thing right here, Dungeon Crawl Classics role-playing game. I love you. I love you. I love you. We're going to talk about DCC. We're going to stat it up. We're going to talk about pizza. We're going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about the struggle of being creative and keeping that flame going. We're going to talk about community. It's such a pleasure. It's an honor to be here. Let's jump right in because I got people knocking at the door. What are you going to do? All right, here we go. Woo! The Crypt of Cool. I got some cool things coming at you today. Look, I'm starting top shelf right off the bat. All right, here we go. This deserves a standing ovation. There would be no Ninja City. There would be no Darkest Dice. There would be no One of Us. There probably wouldn't even be Joey Royale's Pizza Party if it wasn't for this right here. This is the hook that got me right in the lip when I started to get into this, all right? All hail Crawl. Collect them all. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot state this enough. If you're into the scene, if you're down with the zines, pick up Reverend Dak Ultimax. This is it. I mean, this is it. This is the egg from which everything hatched. For me, at least, probably for a lot of you too. Look at this, Crawl. Number one, it goes like all the way up to probably like at least number 11, because I got 10 right here, trying to collect the whole set. But I'm telling you what, man, there is classic stuff in these. There are things in these that just push DCC into another level, the level of creativity and the building, the foundation of the DCC community. This is one of the pillars right here. I highly encourage you, if you are into DCC, if you want some inspiration for starting your own zine, reach out to Rev, Stray Couch Press. I think these are also on the Goodman site. I cannot speak highly enough about Crawl. You got patrons. You got new character classes, monsters, tips, tricks, and traps, class options. This one right here, boom, right in the face. The Arwich Grinder. Oh, I hear you clapping in the audience. This one right here, I'm not going to even go deep into it because it's an experience. All right. It's an experience that you have to just get into yourself. Gotcha. You got to check it out. This is great for like backwoods kind of adventures. Woo, chain coffin kind of stuff. Shutter Mountains. So listen, do yourself a favor. Start a collection of Crawl. They sell them for like next to nothing. They're like giving these things away. So help out Reverend Dak. You're a big inspiration, Dak. If you're ever watching this, I got to get you on the show sometime. You're a great person and you're such a boon to the community. Now let's get into music. All right. I've been getting into some different stuff with my writing to inspire me. You know, I'm like a metal guy and stuff, but I've been switching it up a little bit as we get into the summer because I want to try my hands at some different kind of settings. All right. So here we go. And I dedicate this one, speaking of family, to my Uncle Brendan. I got to have him on the show sometime because he's such a wonderful person. But when I was listening to this the other night, Under the Shadow of the Blacklight, with the Nag Champa burning in the Mozzarella Mausoleum. This is what I'm talking about right here, man. Dr. John with the Gree, the Night Tripper. This is something right here, man. I'm not joking. Like seriously, in the dark with the black light on, this was giving me the spooks a little bit. This, oh man, go back in time, pick up a Dr. John, the Night Tripper with the Gree, walking on gilded splinters. All right, Check this out. This is going to inspire you, hopefully like it inspired me. And now, when I was a kid, let's talk about something else a little scary. I like my adventures on the spooky side of things, all right? So picture this, right? And you probably had an experience like this as a kid if you had siblings. I had a younger sister, right? Olivia, beautiful person inside and out. But she used to scare me at night. She was my younger sister. She was down the hall, and it was the 80s. So she had like the porcelain clown masks and like the carousel wind up, you know, like the jewelry box with the ballerina, the music box. And she'd have nightmares in the middle of the night. You'd hear, "Mommy, Mommy." You don't want to hear that at 2 o'clock in the morning, because then from the vibrations of my mother walking down the hall, then you'd hear the music box going off, and it was terrifying. Just like, so long story short, here's a thing just like that. If you want to capture the sound of your sister having nightmares in the mid-80s surrounded by music boxes, woo, Slasher Dave's Exorcisms. Now, I brought up Slasher Dave before, some great synth stuff, you know, some kind of Carpenter-esque stuff here and there, but Exorcisms is a whole other pathway into darkness. And it's it sounds just like it says, Exorcisms, featuring the hits as Strange Behavior, Devil's Possession, The Window, Deliver Us from Evil, The Rites of Exorcism, Levitation, and the one that gets me every time, Forever's Lullaby. You can pick these up with the rest of the Slasher Dave stuff on Bellyache Records. Look at the inside there. All right. That's what you see in the window every night when you hang out with me too much. So check that out. Exorcisms. And now talking about family. Woo, look at the hair. It's all over the place. I'm so excited. It's getting long. I don't care anymore. Here we go. For family, my father, I kid you not, Donnie Mac Royale, picked this up for me the other day in honor of the pizza party. Aunt Carmela's Italian favorites. Look at the schnazzola on that one, huh? Look at that, Nona. Maron, she's a beauty. Look at that, sitting there with the feet up, the family showing respect to the matriarch. Oh, I bet that room smells good. Got a nice sauce going on in the room. Look, they're beautiful. She must have had the first communion over there, or maybe a wedding. I don't know how old that person is. You can't tell. So, yeah, this is a great one. Aunt Carmela's Italian Favorites, a Royale classic going way back. So that's what I've been doing over there. Hey, you know what I've been getting back into too? I'm getting into summer. I want to get my summer reading straight. And I've been digging in deep into Appendix N all winter long. And now I'm going back to my youth. Remember these crazy cats? The Three Investigators. All right? Alfred Hitchcock and the Three Investigators. This was a series I remember from my elementary school library. And the cover art on these are sick. The Secret of the Haunted Mirror. The Mystery of the Talking Skull. The Mystery Monster. No, wait. What is it here over here? The Mystery of Monster Mountain. They got to do the graphic layout there a little bit better. The Mystery of Mountain. So I'm getting back into these, you know, the kind of 12-year-old, let's go on an adventure kind of thing, because I've been doing this a lot. I've been into this. Oh, Ben Mazzucchelli and Ted Gilbert. Don't Tell Mom and Dad. Now, there's a lot of great, you know, let's be 12-year-olds in the 80s RPGs out there right now. This one speaks to me. This one just came out. They're just shipping these things out. Look at the cover art on that. Beautiful. Really cool. If you want to play the Goonies or something like that, you got to check that out. And no pizza party is complete without talking about my main man, Brad McDevitt. This is original art I got for the work he did on Darkest Dice, one of my first projects that you can get, of course, on the Goodman Games website. But Brad, oh man, Brad's got this cool thing, very giving, and he's very reasonable. They're called, I was talking to him, he wanted me to tell you about the Critter Collection. So you can go on drive-through and buy the digital version of some of the art and put it in your stuff. You work out a deal with them, and it's like, you know, you buy the image and you can use it in your stuff. So Elena, thank you very much. Hi, Elena, you're wonderful. We all love you very, very much. She just put the link in there for Brad on the drive-through, and then he's got an Etsy as well that you can look up where you can buy the actual art, the pen and ink art that he does. And this guy, man, he's a legend in his spare time. It's hold on to these things. All right. It's good art. So check that out. And hello to Brad and Jess. Great people. I hope to meet in person sometime. Great members of the community. All right. So we got that going on. I got some great guests coming up. Couple of secrets. All right. But I got this guy who I met recently. He reached out to me. He said, Joey, I got big news. I got a big project that I'm working on. I got to share this with everybody. I said, James Piezans, absolutely. I bow to you. This guy, he sent me his books. Woo! This guy's brain works like something I've never seen before. He's going to be jumping on in a little bit, and I really appreciate his time coming up there from the shores of Ann Arbor, of Lake Michigan. But I got family on, and I got to take care of family. Oh, Don Provolone's in the room. How you doing? Thanks to everybody talking in the chat. My other cousin, Don Provolone's watching us. And now I'd like to introduce to you two friends, two family members. Well, one's a family member and one's our family doctor in the Royale family. Hold on. You know what this is. Look, it's time. If you got it, splash it. Men, women, everybody in between. Here we go. The guests are coming over. I got my Gumati's got the sauce going. Smells beautiful. Ah! I shave before every show. Man, that burns, but I'm smelling good. How's the stash? All right. I had a real stash a couple weeks ago, but it ran away. So here we go. Elena, if you wouldn't mind, could you get the door for us? Ladies and gentlemen, I got my cousin all the way from Hoboken, New Jersey. First time on the show, east of the Rockies, first time caller line, Marty Royale. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Marty Royale.
Hey, thanks for having me, Joey. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, boy, it's great to see you. Listen.
Hey, hold on a second. Ma, what? I'm on the phone with Joey. Ma, okay, thank you. I'll let him know. Hey, Joey, my mama said hi, and she got you a pie.
Yes, sir.
She brought you a pizza pie.
Auntie Marie, God bless her. Thank you very much, Marty. Tell Auntie that I said hello, but I got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah, she's okay. I'll let him know. All right, Joey.
No
yeah,
one's
what's
been
up?
asking. You haven't been showing up to Sundays. This Sunday, she's making brajol. And I told her, I said, no, I swear on your eyes that Marty will show up. Will you be there for her this Sunday, please?
Absolutely, Joey. I just got the 12-year-old at the store. We got 70% off all the used carpets down at Marty Royale's Used Carpet Emporium in the Holland Tunnel. You can't miss us.
It's in the Holland Tunnel.
It's convenience for the customer, Joey.
That's amazing. Marty, you've always, since we were kids, you always knew how to work a deal. So that's where all my garbage pail kids went.
Hey, I'm never giving them back either, Joey.
And now I also got the family doctor with us, Dr. Metal, Benjamin Dr. Metal. Are you with us, Doctor?
Yeah, buddy. Right
All
here,
right.
coming at you. How
Oh
you
my God,
doing,
look.
people?
He's got the slicer. We're going to talk about a couple of things here. I've talked
gonna
about
throw
the
it
records
down.
before and the action figures. Now we're going to talk about the stuff that we actually bring to the table. We're going to actually bring a pizza pie to the pizza party, ladies and gentlemen.
Mamma mia, that's a hot, spicy pizza ball.
Marty, and what do you do when you eat a pizza? You play DCC or you watch a movie. Now we're going to be talking about two things that go together. Nothing goes better than pizza and movies, but we got a theme because we got to be creative and we got a theme, right, gentlemen? What's the theme tonight?
Weird Westerns.
Weird Westerns. Oh, we got a pie.
Oh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on the pizza party, Dr. Metal is going to snack it up. Tell me about the snack you brought to the pizza party that every gamer should chow down.
All right, we're out on a risk on this, and I'm afraid I'm gonna really mess with your family here. We're going Tombstone tonight for our pizza.
Oh.
Arizona, I don't know how many Italians are out there or why
Not
they
many.
thought this
That's
was
for sure.
a good idea to make pizza, but this thing is drier than the desert it came from.
Oh. Mm.
I've heard the term spaghetti western, but this ain't it. I don't think Clint Eastwood rode through the desert for this. It certainly ain't good. It's definitely bad, and it's kind of ugly.
Oh man.
But how does it taste? How does it taste?
Hang on, let me get you a taste here.
All right, let me get a big slice of that.
Look at this.
Oh,
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 what are you doing over there?
that's sacrilegious right there.
It's either sacrilegious or sacrilegious. Which one over here?
Hey, yo.
Somebody call the Revelator to put that thing down.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
no.
Rest
Mama mia. Rest in pepperonis, Joey.
Why is Dr. Metal wearing a cowboy hat and slinging pizzas from Arizona? I know Alice Cooper lives there, and I know Rob Halford lives there, but they do it for the heat, and they're kind of old now. God love them. They're the kings. But Arizona, why? Because I'm a huge fan of the Dark Trails, also known as and better known as Weird Frontiers. And I'm telling you, if you haven't played this game, it's amazing. The creators are going nuts with this stuff. It's been around. Some of these fine pieces are available on the Goodman Games store. If you can't get yourself into it now. And more importantly, for those of you that have been riding the trail for a long time, Mr. Beatty is finally loading up those Conestoga wagons to send that giant tome right to your doorstep.
I'll tell you what, David Beatty, I bow to you. You are just in terms of like gaming and creativity, but in terms of being a good human, you check all the boxes, my man. Listen, guys and gals, if you got to check your inboxes. So Beatty sent out a message, and I can't stress this enough. If you were a backer in the Kickstarter, he's like doing this all by himself, and he has risked life and limb to get this out for you. So do him a favor. If you haven't got the messages yet, check your inbox, check your spam box. The surveys have gone out. He's doing the mailing. Help him out. Get all these things out there. And when you get it, push it out on social media, because so much of this is a passion project for him. So much of this has come out of his pocket. And as a community, we have to surround him and lift him up and celebrate what a piece of art, a masterpiece of gaming and literature and art this is going to be. So check your boxes, make sure you do the surveys on time. And when you get it, push it out and celebrate David for all he's worth, because he's a wonderful human being. All right.
Anybody else, you can still get it on the party. Like I said, the bootleg is still out there.
Yeah.
And the PDFs are out there. They would be glad to take you and bring you into the family. Now
Marty,
speaking of the family. Now, some of those people I've been playing with for a long time have been fantastic friends. Some of the best friends I met during this pandemic. But I'd like to give a shout out to one of our friends that's having a little bit of a rough time. Paul Smith, we hope you're doing better. We hope you're getting ready. We hope you're back to maybe your favorite bottle of bourbon. And we can't wait to play with you next time.
Nice, Doctor.
And,
thank you.
Yeah, I'll leave you with this last review on this thing. Tombstone. Don't eat it unless you want to go under one. That's all I got for today, folks. Have a good one.
Great words of advice by the doc right there.
Now, Marty. Marty,
Joey.
You're a film buff, right?
I like the Rockies, yeah, for sure.
We're talking Tombstone Pizza. We're talking Weird Frontiers. What about a West? Could you like tell the people in the audience like a good Western that could get their brain going for some gaming, maybe playing Weird Frontiers?
Joey, what are you doing to me here? You're making me watch all these weird movies. You said watch a Western. I figured a spaghetti Western, something Italian, keep it in the family.
Yeah.
But you got me watching this movie. El Topo.
Oh my God. Marty, I should have told you. You got to be careful, brother.
This guy, Alejandro Jodorowsky or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you did a nice job on that.
How do you explain the unexplainable is the big thing. This movie is a mind blower, Joey. Highly recommend. It's great. It's got it all. It's got stuff I don't even understand. You got to read books to understand this movie. But you can go in and have a good time. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of suspense. He fights the masters of death. He's got his kid with him. If you like what's that? Shogun Assassin. It's got a little bit of that samurai feel to it, but it's a Western. They call it the acid Western.
Acid Western.
That's what they actually retroactively call the acid Western after
retroactive acid Western.
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. El Topo.
El Topo. You can't
El
see my
Topo,
copy.
the retroactive acid Western.
Yep.
Jodorowsky.
The genre wasn't invented until Dead Man Walking with Johnny Depp there.
Oh, that's a Jim Jarmusch one. Yeah.
And then the Midnight Movie that started it all, El Topo, they turned it into an acid Western.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
You know what? I kid you not. When I first moved to New York City, when I was just about 21 years old, that was the name of my first band, El Topo. So this is something that this has the DCC Weird Frontiers kind of feel to it. This is not a couple of guys in a saloon playing cards. This gets weird, Marty, huh?
Super weird. It's all about like astrology and tarot cards and alchemy. And the guy's a magician. He's like a psycho magician. He calls himself, this Jodorowsky fella. Yeah.
I got to get him. I got my daughter's birthday coming up. I need to get a good psycho magician.
He's like 98 years old now. So good luck.
Jeez, Maron. All right.
Yeah, Maron.
So we got Snack It Up. We got Movies in a Minute. We got Dr. Meadow. We got Marty Royale. Guys, I got a couple other people knocking at the door. You stick around for a little bit?
Absolutely. I don't know if I'll be here. I think there's some other guy that wants to show up, but I don't know. There's
some other guy that's got to use your camera.
Yeah, I think so.
Your mother let him in. She texted me. He's upstairs.
Oh, no, he's here? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let him in.
The couch that your mother always covers with plastic. I don't know why she does it. That offends me. Like I'm filthy every time I come in the house, but at least my hair grease doesn't get on the back of the sofa. But right, hey, here's another thing. Straight out of Tombstone. I picked this up at the local used bookstore. Look at that. That looks weird. Tales of the Weird Wild West by David Boop. I think that's Betty's boy. So check that out over there, all right? And how about this? I'll send this to you in the mail. We're gonna play Name That Tune. I got my trusty recorder over here, all right? Listen, folks, if you can name the song in the chat, I'm going to send you straight out of Tombstone. I'm going to send you Daybreak 2250. And why not? I'll send you Andre Norton, No Night Without Stars. All right, here you go. I'm not, this is, my family's going to probably disown me. But if you can name this song in the chat, then I will send those to you on the house. Ready? Ah, come on. Let's try it again. One more time. That's the recorder line. I'll do it one more time. The name of the band is the name of an animal. One more time. Oh, man, the recorder's a tough one. You get the idea. This is a band relatively new that I've been listening to a lot, and they're weird. Name the band. That's played on the recorder in the song. They all wear masks, like all of our friends here. Oh, he got it. They got it. They got it. They got it. Hyper Sigil Games. GOAT. Do yourself a favor. Listen to GOAT. Another one of these ideas, all right? Woo, man. I got to do a little bit better on the recorder, but thanks. That's going to be one of my summer projects, getting really good at hot cross buns. So, Hyper Sigil Games. I'll send you a package in the mail. Lord Blood, LORD, BLUDD @gmail.com. Send me an address. I think I got your address, and I'll send you something good in the mail. All right. We're going to hop into something. I don't know who, somebody sent me a really nice statted up. I didn't even check who it was from. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Now, I'm usually a man with nerves of steel, but we are in the shadow of greatness right now. I got a double dose. I got a double dose. Oh man, I got a double dose. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, guess who submitted the Stat It Up? Guess who submitted the Stat It Up? My uncle. My uncle. Ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, all the way from down there in Georgia. The Gree. Uncle Brendan LaSalle, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. My dude, I am not worthy.
Absolutely you are. Hey, Joey, how's your mama then?
Oh, man. I love you. You are such a wonderful person. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing great. Thank you for having me on. This is my favorite Twitch show. And I can't believe I'm here at the party. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'll tell you what, once again, like the Crawls, you were one of my first introductions to the game. Tim DeShane was my first judge. Listen, to the people that don't know, B and I go way back. I used to do this thing in town called Drinking and Dragons, where it was like public gaming in taverns around town. One day
Don't sell it short. It was an amazing charity event.
Thank you very much.
Charity event that raised a whole lot of money for a whole lot of different causes.
Thank you.
Was just the kind, I mean, you know, a professional high point being involved in those.
So thank you very much, Brendan. But like, I was just starting out. I was a rookie, and I was just like, I walk into the bar where I'm hosting this event. Again, the Brendan LaSalle. Like, I'm
At the
running
bar,
this
of course.
adventure that night, and this guy's there. And he started to come down. He would take the trip from Salem when he was living up there all the way down to my tiny little town. And Brendan, you're an inspiration. I love your work. And it's an honor not only to be your friend, but to have you on the show. B and I, part of our normal gaming group, we play on Sundays. Great judge, great writer, and a complete asset to the Goodman Games community. I mean, you just wrapped up Romance of Cyclops Con.
Romance of Cyclops Con, absolutely.
And you made time for this, so thank you. How many games did you run, man?
I ran a total of 5.
5. And you're standing, and you got a voice.
I was pretty tired on Monday. I will admit that I took a nice nap on Monday and you know, spent some time reading comic books and recharging. You know how it goes.
What are you reading?
You know what? The Ollie's nearby me had a huge sale on graphic novels, so I went and just kind of like loaded up. I wish I had them here. I'd show you what I got. But the one that I just was reading was it's the new Hawkeye. With the characters from the Hawkeye TV show. So it's like really, really good. Very, very, very fun.
I've been surprised with what I found at Ollie's before in terms of comics.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Can't believe it. I got Justice League. I got some Batman. I got my first ever Deadpool comic because it was just not in my era.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
Yeah, well, that's cool, man. What were some highlights of the con?
Oh, the con. Well, you know, I'll tell you what. It was a probably smaller key than it had been in the past because there was so much. You know, people are going to live conventions, but I'll tell you what. There was a lot of great games. I heard a lot of great stories behind the scenes from people who were running this and that and the other thing. There was the social was a lot of fun. You know, there was a lot of old familiar faces, a couple new people. It was really, really something. And I had a fantastic time. And I had some hilarious games. I had just hysterical players all weekend long. Absolute blessing. So much fun.
I'm glad to have that. I'm glad to hear that you had fun, and I'm glad to see that you're still standing because you have stamina, brother. You are a machine. So
clean living.
Yeah, speaking about being a machine, you knocked it out of the park with Start It Up this month. So Elena, could we pull up the graphic to what B contributed? Ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, Moss Man, all flocked up and ready to go. Look at him. I love that. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? I love how they painted his eyes over to the side. I'm always watching you. So let's talk about it.
Absolutely.
Start it up, B.
Okay, well, so here's the thing. So the Masters of the Universe are like one generation of toys younger than me. You know what I mean? Like when they came out, I was out of the game. I was still playing D&D, You know, I was doing D&D, Traveler, Villains Vigilantes, but like toys had kind of going behind. I was playing a little bit of sports and you know, it was just like, I was cooler than that at that point. I was probably like 13, 14, 15 or so, but I've been watching the new animated stuff and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun and, you know, I'm kind of getting into it. So it was really cool to like, you know, when I decided I wanted to stat up Moss Man, I got, you know, I went and did some reading, did some looking, watched some videos, you know what I'm saying? And really enjoyed it. Moss Man is an intriguing character. He's the least warlike and the most chilled out of anybody in the entire Masters of the Universe thing. You know, he's partially a god. You know, although I didn't do I decided I didn't want to become a demigod. You know,
Sure.
So I gave, you know, but so I'm kind of considering my version an avatar of him. You know
Okay. Yeah. I like that take on him. Yeah.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun. So you know, Moss Man, he'll rock you one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he doesn't like to fight, but he will when he has to. He has a great big mace he'll go upside your head with. You know, and plant guy, he has all the special plant things. You know, immune to crits. You know, all of that. Can speak to plants.
Talk to me. I love what you did here with the footprints.
Oh yeah. I saw that. That's actually from one of the animated versions of the series.
Is it really?
It really is. Just for a second, you see it as he's walking along. He's leaving like all of his footsteps, flowers pop up in his wake. I know, oh, what a cool power. So yeah, so as long as Moss Man's outside, somewhere hospitable to plants, as he walks through, he just leaves a row of plants behind wherever he goes.
Tiptoe by the window. Awesome, man. Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that would play out really cool in a game too. If you're pursuing him, or if he's being pursued, you know, that is very cool.
Yeah. Would make it really easy to track him, unfortunately.
Yeah, right,
You know,
right.
Like, you know, follow the roses or whatever. But still, I think it's an amazing ability. A lot of fun for him.
And you have him being sort of a shapeshifter as well.
Yep, he in a lot of the different things, he's been shown to be able to shapeshift into different kinds of plants, and also like he can both turn into plants to be camouflage and hide from folks, but he can also grow his arms. At one point, he grows his arms real long and like wraps up somebody he was targeting. You know.
Yeah.
You know, he's got he can stretch his body out and get huge and come down like a wave on people.
That is
really
awesome.
Yeah. He's quite a character. You know, Moss Man's not kidding around.
Yeah, pretty versatile. I mean, you could drop this guy in a game and like,
oh my God,
you don't need to have a lot of plans. They just interact and you see what he's going to do.
Yeah. You know, I'm really hoping that whatever comes out of this, the stat block thing, eventually I want to see all of this in a zine and some kind of giant, you know, action figure, you know, combat royale.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Directions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's really cool. Well, of course, I'm going to reach out to you to help me with that.
Now, absolute pleasure, man.
One of the things that really cracked me up is you made this guy awesome, like also like a living car freshener.
He's got a delightful pine scent, which is attractive and lovely to everybody except for Skeletor and his evil warriors.
To everybody, to the good guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
beautiful. It's like Old Spice to us. But to the others, forget about it. It's the stink.
It would always get on his nerves. But apparently, some of the action figures actually did, along with their green flocking, did have a pine odor.
Oh yeah.
To it, you know. So I was trying to go authentic with that. I thought you had to respect that in the toy.
I said it in the last episode we were talking about my homeboy. I got to go to the grocery store. I got to get one of those pine trees and rub it on them so it gets the smell back.
Charge it up. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you knocked it out of the park. I would love to turn this into a zine. Copyright be darned, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. But
I mean, fair use parody. We give them all.
That's true. That's true. Hey, speaking of fair use parody, I saw Weird Al last week. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Live. And it was neat. It was like his deep cuts tour. So it was no parodies. It was all like his originals. Wow. Like deep cuts, like Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota. And
did he do One More Minute with you?
Yes, he did. He did. And when I said that, I almost cried. I'm like, ow!
Oh my God.
But
that's one of the funniest videos.
Yeah. That was
Absolutely
my son.
hilarious.
That was Elvis's first concert ever. We got to go see him in an
Oh,
old
that's
theater in
cool.
town.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, so that's that. But B, you stick around for a little bit. I need some words
Do
of
it.
wisdom later on,
We'll
my
do
man.
it.
Listen,
Absolutely.
I mean this. Show aside. You're one of my favorite people on this planet, and you bring me joy and inspiration all the time. And I know I'm speaking for many people in the crowd. Thank you for bringing joy and creativity. You work your tail off, and you are working hard, and we appreciate it. So I love you. Thank you for being my friend.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, brother?
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to pause for a second for a wisdom check, and we're going to pay the bills with some ads. And then coming up, ladies and gentlemen, the computer mastermind, James Pazinel, is going to introduce something that's going to blow your mind again, right over Tillman's crest. So let me pay the bills. First of all, I just wanted to share with you my beverage of the evening. I went to the gas station and they were out of root beer. So what are you going to do? I found something I hadn't seen in a long time, and I put it in a fancy snifter. Remember this? Grape Crush. Grape Crush. Can you see it in my teeth yet? Almost. Grape Crush. Nice. It goes well with Tombstone Pizza. Listen, don't put too much ice in it. It doesn't. This is a soda you drink neat. Chill it. Don't put ice cubes in it. Ugh. So, doesn't take the place of root beer. Let's see. Here's what I do. I do Darkest Dice. Okay, you can find that on Goodman Games. Little fun game that you can drop all over the place, trick people, teach them how to play Dungeons and Dragons. The devil's not going to get you, and if he does, give him a high five. I got Ninja City. Oh, going way back. All right, this was Ninja City. Joe Gillette did this with me. Love this game. 80s ninjas in the city. Marty and I play this all the time in Nona's basement. My main man and I, Tim DeShane, and a host of wonderful artists. One of us. This is on the site. And then a little secret thing I got going on. If you know, you know. WHPA, Weird Heroes of Public Access. You play a public access host and you solve crimes. And then I can't forget all my friends that have been on in the past. I got to give them a shout out for the time. Luau Lou, your stuff is coming in the mail to me. So check out Luau Lou's great stuff. Congratulations on making your Kickstarter. I got Manzella's right here, right? Macabre, beautiful one. That's on the site. Kane Cathane. Awesome. I love this book. Kane Cathane, Ghost Like Crime, real weird mind melt right there. And in a similar vein as Kane Cathane, my main man, Zal, with Blackout and Crater Valley. Hold on to yourself. This is a great one too, man. Woo! I got awesome friends. Thank you, Joseph Goodman, for making such a cool scene, cool product. All right, 2 words of wisdom before my main man, Dr. James, comes on. I usually do this in the beginning of the show, but let's do it now. Steal like an artist, okay? This is a quick one. Collect books, even if you don't plan on reading them right away. Nothing is more important than an unread library. Isn't that something? Just buy them. Put them up on the shelf. Because you'll walk by one day and they'll say, hey, you're ready for me. Come over here. Read. Or just buy books and have them on the shelf because you're going to need to read them sometimes. Buy a lot of different stuff. Don't worry about doing research. Just search. I love that piece of advice because sometimes I take my pursuits too seriously. Sometimes you just got to let your hair down, take the mask off, and just get into something funny. Like the 3 investigators. That's kind of, I took the advice. That's why this one kind of clicked with me. And now the other wisdom check. All right. We're going back to the Romans and the Greeks. Who do we have this time? It's one of my 3 guys. Oh, this is an awesome one. Epictetus. Oh, the grape soda got stuck in my uvula. So here's a great one. I got a little homework for you if you're up for it, okay? So listen to this. This is Epictetus from Discourses. If you don't wish to be a hothead, don't feed your habit. Try as a first step to remain calm and count the days you haven't been angry. Count the days you haven't been angry. It's like, like in the car plants, it's been this many days since an injury. I used to be angry every day, and now every other day, then every 3rd or 4th. If you make it as far as 30 days, thank God. For habit is weakened and then obliterated. When you can say, I didn't lose my temper today or the next day or for 3 or 4 months, but kept my cool under provocation, you will know you are in better health. Okay, so let's take that and we're going to dip that. We're going to dip that in the Petri dish of creativity. Here's a challenge for you. Times are tough. Times are always going to be tough no matter what's going on. You got to persevere. And the one way to persevere is to challenge yourself. Don't give up. You got something to contribute, but it takes practice. All right? Nobody's become a millionaire overnight. You're not going to have your favorite product the first time you do it. And if you do, good for you. But here's what I want you to do if you're struggling with making something right now. Get a calendar. Go to the dollar store, get a cheap calendar. All right? And on that day you get it, write like a sentence. Write a sentence, write a poem, write an idea, make a journal entry, put an X on the calendar. You wrote for one day. Next day, write something down. Doesn't matter how long it is. Put an X on the calendar. Do that every day. The next thing you know, you're going to have 30 days of uninterrupted writing under your belt. You're not going to want to miss an X. You are not going to want to miss an X. It is skunkworks. It's the Jerry Seinfeld method. That was some of his advice. And they mentioned that in the book. This is a good one. So, I'm not going to push anything on anybody. It's just philosophy. It's not a religion, but Stoicism has been a big help for me, especially during COVID and just dealing with life in general. But the Daily Stoic, you open every day and they give you a piece of advice from Marcus Aurelius, or Seneca, or Zeno, and they give a little narrative to it. And in that one, that's not my idea, but I took it and I'm challenging you to do it because I'm doing it. Even with anything, you want to give up coffee, you want to give up the sauce for a little bit, put a little X and see how long you can get it going. And I wish you the best. And I can't wait to see what you make. And when you make something, and if you're part of our crew right here, you're always welcome on the show. Your family, I love you and you're important. Talking about people who are important to me, who is a kind soul from the first email he sent for me. I got a good vibe. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. I got a special guest with us tonight who's going to talk about some amazing things that's going on in DCC that he's leading. All right. He's made some great products. He's making some great products, and he's organizing something huge coming up that he might need you for. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Ann Arbor, Michigan, let's give a nice spaghetti welcome to James Pazzanella. James, how you doing?
Oh man, Joey, I am so excited to be here. I love this show. This is the best show that Goodman Games is putting out. I'm just absolutely thrilled to be here. It's like Mr. Rogers for like the DCC creative. It's unbelievable.
And I'm so glad you're my neighbor.
I am too.
So you're an amazing creator. So you sent me, we'll get into the new project in a minute, but I gotta shine a light on this stuff. So as soon as this came out, I saw this on the Goodman site, and the art alone was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
This really piqued my interest. And then I opened up the box that you sent me. So we got issues, Scions on the Computarchs. You got 3 issues of this. Okay.
Yeah.
And then this ties in. Woo. Please pronounce this for me.
Enchiridion of the Computarchs. Yeah.
Enchiridion of the Computarchs.
Yeah. Some Latinized Greek for you right there.
I opened these up. I sat down in the Mozzarella Mausoleum. And like, I'm not joking, man. I'm not like, I'm trying to sell these things for Goodman and talk about cool people. But this was like, I'm like, what am I reading? That you went deep, brother. You got to be in computer programming.
Yeah, little secret. I'm a software architect. So yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. It's a labor of love, at the end of it. It's like kind of like a little an RPG love letter to my profession.
I love it. I love it that you were able to meld those two things, and the passion just drips off this like a ribeye. Like there's just sauce coming all over it. So tell the people about this. This is currently available on the Goodman site. So what are they getting themselves into?
Yeah. So a high-tech setting needs high-tech set pieces. You need your high-tech caster to have some high-tech spells. Okay, so they're programs, right? And I wouldn't be anywhere. I love this part of your show when you put up like your books and stuff. Yeah. So I wouldn't be anywhere without Neuromancer and Hardwired and Snow Crash, the holy trinity cyberpunk literature right
Awesome.
here. You know, I love to read too, and that's the thing that kind of just always is stoking the fire, you know, to get the words on the page. So
Absolutely.
those books, those ideas, the DCC aesthetic of the rolling on the table and all the other stuff. So you want to do high tech, you need some high tech words for that spell chart. So that's what you're going to get. The main book is like, and Joseph Goodman, God bless him, is the most amazing man ever. He let me take the DCC core rule book and just convert all these spells into programs. I got a couple of my own in there in the main book. So 44 spells in there, or you know, his spells turned into programs, and then some appendixes at the end. And my favorite is that ice generator.
Yes, I saw that one. Yeah.
So that's in the main book. And then, you know, you need patrons. Everybody needs patrons. And I've been doing that for a long time, going back to like, you know, 2017.
Oh my God. Yes. That was next to Crawl. That was like the second thing I bought, James.
Yeah. So this is the second volume. There's the first volume by Daniel Bishop and Paul Wolf. And then I was like, I love this book, that first book. And I said, you know, David Fisher, please let me write one too. And so I did one just for elves. So
that is awesome. That is so cool, man. Just for elves?
Yeah. Well, I mean, wizards too.
Well, yeah, no, but that I love elves. I mean, come on, I'm half elf.
Yeah.
And nobody knows this because you can only see the top of me. I'm 2 feet tall. So I'm like the classic shoemaker elf.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, it's all elves. And the other weird thing is my degree's in medieval history and history of art. So
okay, so we're not messing around here.
We're not messing around.
I gotta be on my game.
So I was like, I took all this literature that I studied in college, you know, like the Mabinogi and the Toyne and all these like early, you know, Celtic mythology stuff. And so I pulled that into that first book, into that Elfland edition, as well as, you know, just Elf, you know, King Elfland's daughter. And,
Dunsany.
And,
sure.
The Paul Anderson book. It's gonna escape me now. Help me out.
3 Hearts and 3 Lions.
No, not that one.
I'm sure somebody in the chat will nail it. Paul Anderson book about elves. It'll come up.
Yeah.
So this is a deep read. Once I started reading into this, it was like trippy. It's like the level of detail and sequencing that you go to, but at the same time, it's Broken Sword. So somebody that doesn't like that's not in that. I'm not like very computer savvy, but like I understood it. I had the appreciation of the alien nature of the programming, and like I could tell this was well reached. This was somebody who knew they were talking about. But even for the layperson, if you know, for a Luddite like myself, I was still able to figure it out. And this is really kind of this is really a good shot in the arm for like MCC, right? And some like the future, the Gamma World kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. That's definitely what drove me to making that book and to kind of continuing it out is you know, shamans need some love. You got to give them a bunch of options, and this was my answer. Some
pure, so you got a lot of love for pure strain in there. We're not just going down the mutant avenue. You got love for the survivors.
Yeah.
Well, that was awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, check that out. That's something very special. That whole series, that's on the Goodman site under the Horse Shark imprint, correct?
Yep.
All right. And now, what you contacted me about. I mean, there's everybody, there is so many, and I'm sorry I keep on saying ladies and gentlemen, because I know not everybody identifies at that. That's just something I'm trying to work on. So excuse me for that. But there's so much stuff going on in Goodman Games. Like they just turned everything up to 11 again. We got so much crazy stuff going out right now. I had a list, but it's too long to read. Go to the website and check it out. But James, I want you to talk about the project that you're involved in right now.
Yeah. So sometime in December, I'm looking at you know, all the ill-gotten gains over the years, all the third-party books and stuff that are kind of on the shelf. I'm like, how can we just use all this all at once?
Yeah. So what is this?
And
how do we use this all at once?
so I was like, let's just write a bunch of really small, like almost room size. And this was right after doing Save a X Crawl. I did some judging for Save a X Crawl. And it's these really small, just a 45-minute run that the players had, right? In each of these rooms. It'd go from room to room every 45 minutes. And so like, can we do that? Can we like just do an hour of a third-party product and then string like 3 of them together in like a 4-hour con slot, so that you basically play 3 different third-party games in a 4-hour session.
This is incredible.
Yep. And so the Gesh across the multiverse is just a bunch of these little teeny bite-sized chunks of almost, you know, 1 or 2 room kind of dungeons or, you know, adventures with a different set of characters. You pick a 0 level.
Yeah.
Like, and he's a regular, like, it's just like the classic 80s cartoon, the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, the kids turn
sure.
into the characters, right? It's the same thing. You've got some just regular Joes, you know, modern era guys.
Yeah.
And then they're all of a sudden like you know, Lucadors in Frontiers and all this other stuff. Or they're in you know, Crossbone Crawl or whatever, all that stuff. And so but they keep on kind of changing, almost like Quantum Leap, right? They go into the next body.
Oh, I love it.
A whole bunch of different skills and abilities.
God, what an experience. Yeah.
And so you'll do that 3 times in a 4-hour slot. And so that's the big idea.
That's incredible. So what's the production with this? What's the time frame? Where are these submissions coming from?
So I got started in December. I got about 20 people to come back and say, I'm interested, which is great. I was like, beat all expectations. And so now we've got about, I think 4 or 5 that are finished or are really close to being finished. And so I'm ready to roll, I think, come Origins. Saturday, 2 p.m. There's a session at Origins, and it's going to be the first Gesh across the multiverse. Maybe we'll do something in between, something online for DCC Day. But Gen Con, that's right around the corner, and that's all sold. I think it's almost all sold out, or it's sold out at this point.
Wow, really?
3 table sessions, so we'll have 3 judges running 18 people on 2 days, and those are all full, I think, right now. So those are, sorry, already gone.
So now, is this going to live in a tangible product?
I think that's the plan. I think there's some details to work out with everybody who's participating, like to, you know, come to agreements and pay them. Sure. And maybe Kickstarter it or do something like that to kind of pay the bills. But I think it would be a really great end goal is there's a product with all these encounters in it, a kind of a framework to just play them in and just do whatever you want, or make up your own, right? Like I will just insert another one, right? After its publication. So,
well, I think it's such a cool experience because, all right, you got 4 hours at a table, you get like, it's like a buffet. You get a little taste of everything.
Yeah.
Right. So like, you're not limiting yourself to one thing. Like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to try that. Let's throw that in the pasta fazool. We'll try all of these different things together. And the quantum leap thing about jumping into another husk, I really like that idea too. Yeah. You know, that's gonna be some really great role playing, some great memories from that.
Did I put a card in the package I sent you?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So there's I even made a little punch card. Like
I saw that. Tell me about I gotta find it. I forget which one it's in.
So I think it's in the Unveiled Illusions, the zine size.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
Oh yeah. You're right. I got it right here. This is the other one, everybody. Here's the punch card. Card. Okay. Here we go. I was wondering what this was.
So get a punch card, play 20 different scenarios and win. I don't know what you're going to win, but so this is a way for the players to kind of keep being able to play over, you know, several different sessions over the entire year.
Okay. All right. This is an ongoing thing. I love this, man.
Yeah. And so your character, you pick a 0 level and you play him, you know, all the way through the year. You know, we'll keep track of like the treasure you get, like not really, just there's not a lot of treasure, but there's, you know, a little something at the end of each encounter. And so we'll keep track of that, and then you'll be able to bring that into the next adventure.
You bring in your own little action figure, all across
you get a little action
different
figure.
cons and stuff like
Punch
that.
your card and
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. I want you to come back after some of these sessions and we can talk about this a little bit more, because this really lights my fire.
I'd be glad to. I'd love to have you write one too.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time, buddy. Absolutely. Handshake.
Yes.
All right. We'll talk off camera. Oh, you just got yourself into trouble now, buddy.
Yeah, probably.
All right. I need something like that right now. I love that idea. So absolutely. So thanks, man. What are you working on anything? I mean, that seems like a pretty big project. Is there anything else you want to keep everybody informed about?
Yeah, a couple things. I'll just maybe just one thing.
Sure.
So the Gesh across the multiverse, you know, I got the CompuTarks books. I've done all these spells and all these patrons. And I think someone said, oh, that's what's the setting about? And I was like, the setting? It's not a setting. It's just some, you know, bric-a-brac, some extras. And then, you know, sometime like a few months later, it hits me. It's like, it could be a setting. I could do a setting. And so right now I set up a Patreon and I'm just putting content out on that. Like
Okay.
$1 a month, and it's a, you know, some character classes every week.
Where can we
Every
find
month.
that, James? What's the name of the Patreon?
Patreon, and then just my name, my handle, which is Lectrotext, LECTROTEXT. I'll
Okay.
hop on maybe and type it in here.
Everybody hear that? Lectrotext.
Patreon.com/Lectrotext. And so every month
Boom,
I'm like
get
releasing
some
class or
awesome
two,
stuff.
or some other stuff, and then a dev diary alongside for
Yeah.
extra, you know, for $3.
Oh, that's
And-
cool.
And so just kind of some thoughts and how I'm getting where I'm going and all this other stuff. So right now I've posted three or four of the classes, and then another one's coming up in June. And it's just a place for me to have a rhythm, right? Going back to your
Yeah.
steal like an artist, to have
Yeah.
a rhythm, right? Something holding my feet to the fire a little bit, continuing to kind of march down this trail of a setting, which I don't know exactly where it's all going, but it's given me, it's making that thing happen. You know, it's helping.
Awesome. You're gonna get some funding from me tonight. I got to check this out. Hey, you gonna stick around for a little bit? I'm gonna have everybody back in a minute. You got a minute?
Of course, yes.
All right,
absolutely.
cool. All right, everybody. So check that out. If you're at the cons, Gesh Across the Multiverse, and then all of this amazing computer patron spell programming stuff, Scions of the Computar, and do it for me again.
In Kyridian.
In Kyridian of the Computar. James, thank you for all that you're doing, man. And I'm glad we're friends now. Stick around. I need some words of wisdom from you in a little bit. Okay?
Amen.
I got one more guest tonight. I don't want to keep Elena too long, but this is a special one. All the way from the future. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my best friends was able to make time tonight. Up from the ooze of the slime pit comes the one, the only, my brother. The Neon Lord of the Toxic Wasteland is here with us tonight. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Just got out of the basement real quick. The chat was talking about Meet the Feebles, and it's funny. I got my Meet the Feebles VHS like right next to me.
There you go.
So I was like, I was
You don't
loving
wanna
it.
play that on public access, they're telling me.
Yeah, they were like the part where he's shooting up like the flashbacks to like Puppet Vietnam or whatever.
Hey, welcome to the pizza party where anything goes. How you doing, pal?
Yeah, that's more of a raviolis for Randy thing right there.
Oh, raviolis for Randy. What is that?
That's the show that me and you do, Joey.
That's correct. If you like pizza, you might like raviolis, folks. Here's
One
your
would
show.
say.
Yeah. So like every other Saturday, me and the Neon Lord have a show on the Neon Lords of Toxic Wasteland Twitch called Raviolis for Randy, where we watch some of the weirdest films in the world and we talk about them. What were some of the recent ones, bud?
So we just did Grindhouse Madness with Ben Maz from Don't Tell Mom and Dad. We talked about Grindhouse movies. We did sequels that don't suck. We did like a basic sci-fi overview with Joe Martin from Lawman. We did zombies, of course, obligatory zombie episode. Did a post-apocalyptic episode. And just like memories of VHS stores pretty much was that second episode, essentially. So we're like all over the board when it comes to like movies and stuff.
And then how about?
Oh yeah, we did a Saturday morning cartoon one too.
Saturday morning cartoons, yeah. How about Popcorn Primavera? Tell the crowd about Popcorn Primavera.
Our next show that we do is Popcorn Primavera, where we watch movies on Zoom with people and just talk crap about it the whole time. And we did it one time so far, and we watched what's it called? I just have it right here. Oh my
God, it was incredible.
I can't think of it.
It was incredible.
Megaforce. We watched Megaforce.
Megaforce with the spiraling flying motorcycle, one of the greatest scenes in a movie ever.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, sorry, yeah. So
and then our third show that we do is Wax Packs Massacre, where we justify buying packs of cards on eBay to open them on air and talk about them.
I cracked some Bo Derek cards the other night. You cracked what did you do?
I did the Judge Dredd cards. I did Toxic High. And the Toxic Crusaders pack.
Right. I did Gremlins 2, Bo Derek in Dallas.
Yeah. Great time.
Talk about stinkers. But hey, that's entertainment. So check that stuff out. But enough about us. Let's talk about you.
Okay.
You, once again, you're one of the guys on my Mount Rushmore. You came out with something that I cannot wrap my head around. It drives me nuts that one mind could create something of this caliber and of this size. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with it, look how beautiful that looks. This is the hardcover version. Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. Right. Tell me about Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland.
Well, we call it Gonzo Vomit Punk Post-Apocalyptic Cassette Futurism.
One more time.
So what I say, Gonzo Vomit Punk Post-Apocalyptic Cassette Futurism.
Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Yeah. It's like Dungeon Degenerates aesthetic with like 90s, 80s technology, that what would happen if like a war happened and that's all the technology they had millions of years into the future. Essentially, Mad Max, Judge Dredd, RoboCop meets Masters of the Universe.
And it's beautiful. Beautiful. Very DCC adjacent. If you can play DCC, you can play Neon Lords. Talk about the classes. This is where, I mean, this has a lot of shiny parts, but the classes is like nothing I've ever seen before. How many classes are there? Like 150?
No, so there's 11 like core classes in the book, plus the hidden class in the book, plus the Ape Warlord class that's in the Black Rainbow exclusive zine.
Okay.
And then the Sewer Shark that's going to be coming out here soon. So there's like classes out the wazoo.
So you got stuff like the Brudicorn, which is a militant unicorn, bicorn, excuse me.
Yeah.
You have the Cyber Skin, which is basically a cyborg Ronald Reagan.
Yep.
Right. Yep. And what is the acronym? So the Heather?
Yeah, Heather is an acronym. Let me pull out my book. I'll read the acronym to you. Just because I wrote it doesn't mean I remember it, Joe.
I don't know how you would remember it. It's about 4,000 pages deep.
250, yeah. So the Heather is the Hellcat Eradication and Termination Heavy Enhanced Ranger.
Oh my goodness, that is beautiful.
Yeah,
and of course, we got to give a shout out to the Space Dust Snorton, Vienna Beef.
Oh yeah,
we love you.
He was in the chat. I saw him earlier.
Tell us about that class. This is
Cosmic Barbarian. So
Cosmic Barbarian.
Yeah, like a meteorite hit the planet at some point in the past between Vietnam II, the Revenge, and the Gnarly Age, which is like now. And so they found out that if they snort this rock, they get really high and go berserk. So it's like a sect, a cult-ish of these barbarians who snort this rock to get high and kill people.
Oh my God. I've played it and I love it. You stream games. You're always looking to have some new players on board. The book is a bit hard to find right now.
A little bit.
You did a good job. I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right.
A good problem to have is not have copies. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're thinking about a second printing this summer, maybe?
Yep. So August is the Kickstarter for the second printing. It's going to have a new cover with a dust jacket with alternate art on that. A hidden adventure inside the book somewhere, and then all the adventures are and like all the extra other original Kickstarter stuff's getting scrapped. All new adventures inside, like quality of life updates, a bunch of the. So I'm illiterate and like I messed up a lot, so there's a lot of typos and a lot of punctuation. I'm just cleaning all that stuff up.
So your mind. I'm addicted to your mind and how you think. So if you're fans, everybody out there, if you're fans of like, C level movies, like those the Italian post-apocalyptic films, trauma, all that stuff, this is your bag. Just give a list off the top of your head of some of the adventures that you've written for this or that you've run.
Well,
so they get a little taste of the sauce.
Well, there's like Last Outpost on the Left is like the con one I run. In the book, there's Space Truckers Must Die, Operation Cherry Bomb. Like what other ones were we talking about? Oh, see, now you got me on the spot. I don't.
You got a mall one, right? I want to. Oh
Mall of America.
MAUL, right?
MAUL. Yeah, it's essentially like the Mall of America was built. I don't remember the details on it, but it's the Mall of America mega dungeon that we ran it on a charity stream on Black Friday and then eviscerated everybody with like elevator doors. And the big thing is like chuds came and like ripped them apart. And
I know LaSalle loves his chuds. LaSalle loves his chuds. So we're talking like Chopping Mall. We're talking.
Yep, Chopping Mall.
Yeah,
I got. Oh, man, my copy's right there.
So everybody, he keeps on pointing to this guy's got VHS tape.
Here, I'll show you. I got my greatest hits right here. I'll grab them real quick.
So this guy, he's building a VHS rental store in his house. All right. So like he's not going to rent it out to anybody. It's just for him and friends to pass through. So he is our resident movie maniac.
The Keep.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Classic.
Which was an RPG, I believe, right?
I don't know. That's something for somebody else. That's definitely a question for somebody else. Lightning Video, Toxic Avenger. This is still in the plastic.
Oh my!
Crispy. This is my kiss right there.
Yeah.
Blood Diner, classic.
Yes.
Great movie. If you ever see Blood Diner, highly recommend. This is like my greatest hits. This is like what I keep by me at any given notice. If I got to talk about videos, there's my Chopping Mall.
There's your Chopping Mall.
Lightning Video, Chopping Mall. This is a beaut right there. This is a plastic slab that I'll highly recommend. I got The Exterminator, great cover. The dude with the flamethrower. We talked about it on the Grindhouse. Actually, my VHS Hobo with a Shotgun.
VHS.
Yeah, this is like the third copy we were talking about. It's a boot. Look, it's like the Western Video, like unbelievable job on this bootleg. Yeah, that's
a tough one. I know you love that one. That's a tough one.
One of my favorite movies of all time. And then like we were just talking about, I got my Faces of Death 1 and 2 right there.
Oh my God. Look, I got the goosebumps.
Yeah, I know. We were just talking about it, but yeah. I randomly talked about VHS tapes on your show, but that's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin Marty was on before talking about El Topo.
Yeah, he stole my copy.
Yeah, I know. He's like that. Just he got hit in the head.
All right. I got it back.
Oh, you got it back. All right, good.
Yeah.
So your Twitch is Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland.
Yep. Twitch. No, it's Neon Lords RPG.
Neon Lords RPG on Twitch.
Yeah.
If you want to see the Neon Lord and I crack some packs tomorrow night, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. Yep. We're going to be. He got a big delivery, so we're going to be checking that out. And I think our next raviolis for Randy, we didn't set a date yet.
Nope, we got to talk about that.
That's going to be our top 6 action figures throughout time. So.
Yep, and then the Every Edition RPG podcast, they are going to be our guests. Them two guys are going to be on there, and they're going to talk about, they're big toy heads too. So like off the air, I did an interview with them. We talked toys more than we talked about RPGs. So
awesome. And that's what I want to do with this show too. I want to connect the communities. We got an awesome Goodman Games community. Check out some of the adjacent gaming communities. Bring them over to Goodman. We'll bring them over to you. Reach out and we can arrange all that stuff. Elena was telling me about raids and how to do all that kind of stuff. and just spread the good word of all the good games and all the companies that are doing great stuff, that are supporting the good in the world, in the gaming community, and forgetting about all that other nonsense. Let's have fun. Let's be kind to each other and do the right thing. And that's why you're one of my best friends, buddy, because you're doing the right thing.
I love you, Joe.
Got a great heart. I love you too, Bri. So let's bring back the whole family, Elena. Is that possible? All right. And Elena, you're part of the family too. Everybody, let's give an applause to Elena. She's staying a couple of minutes over. I know she's got a wrestling match later on. She's the Pennsylvania tag team champion of pro wrestling down there. So great job on that, Elena. Hopefully they don't remove the luchador mask from you this evening and that you keep your championship belt. So good luck in the ring this evening. Now, look at this beautiful picture. I got the Neon Lord. I got James looking like God himself. Look at that beard. That's majestic, man. Well done. That takes commitment. I got my Uncle Brendan over there. All right. And then I got Dr. Metal, my Benji boy, over there in the smallest but most interesting state in the United States, Rhode Island, right across the border from me. You guys inspire me. You make me happy. And when things get dark, you are my flashlights. So keep up the good work. Everybody in the chat, this chat's going off the handle over here. You guys are talking about public access, copyright, swearing, all sorts of crazy stuff. I love it. I'm glad you're finding each other and talking about it. I do Skunkworks. I do got the A team tonight. Shout out to all my buddies that have been on in the past. So we're going to leave with a little bit of words of wisdom. All right. You guys are geniuses. You're successful, awesome people who do good. You're superheroes with and without capes. I'm going to start with Brendan. Send us out with some good news, with some knowledge, my buddy.
Absolutely. So if you want to be creative, you have to stay playful. Stay playful in your mind, have fun, have a laugh with people out, even, so don't get so serious about your gaming. You know what I mean? Yeah. Really just go and just, have a laugh with it. Surround yourself with toys and fun and good music and people who are playful. That's the way to keep a creative mind,
Never grow up, man. Never grow up. Well put. Well put, DJ LaBoss. Jimmy James, what you got, brother?
Let's see. Don't stop. I think, you got something in your head. Like you said, get it on paper. You stuck? Think of something else. Put that on paper. Don't let anything roadblock you to if you got that passion and that fire to do it, right? Just keep on writing. Like I don't know how many documents in various stages of completion, and that's how I get through the writing block. I got lots of things to think about. I got lots of places to write. When that thing hits me, it reactivates. I'm over there, and I'm over there. So just put stuff on paper.
That's a very good point. And the roadblocks aren't real, man. That's us just self-doubting. That's just imposter syndrome. Everybody gets it. I don't care who you are. You're going to get it, and they don't exist. Punch through it. It's like Pennywise, man. Just don't believe in him. You just don't let him get in your way. Spray him with the asthma inhaler. Say, I don't believe in you, and keep on going. I'm reading Ghost Story now by Peter Straub. So it's like the imagination. Just blow the ghosts away. Very well put, Jimmy James. Thank you very much. Dr. Metal.
Dr. Metal would say, all these years of being creative, best thing I can tell somebody is you don't do it all yourself. Come up with your vision. Get your idea, even if it's a little chicken scratch on a notebook, and then go find people. They're everywhere. They're going to want to get behind your vision. They're going to want to make it happen. You don't do it all yourself. Find people that share that passion for you. All these people here, go out there and take that passion with those people and make it happen. Share the experience. That's the fun part of this whole thing.
That's the soul of the pizza party right there, Ben. And like, no matter how weird you think you are or how alone you are, there are other people that share your interests, that share your thing, that will embrace it. Nobody is truly alone. They're out there. Write it down, send out the bat signal, and I guarantee you they will send the bat signal back. You are never the only one experiencing something, and you're not the only person that is into that very strange, weird thing that you think you're the only one that's into. There's nothing wrong with that. Neon Lord.
Well, all these wiser men than I had great advice. So I got two things for the people. You can pick your friends You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. And San Dimas High School football rules.
Beautiful. Oh, I love this crew. That's right. That goes right back to me, man. Just stay playful. Now, Elena, I know you're behind the scenes, but you're part of the crew. What's some words of wisdom?
I didn't have a mic set, so now I do. Hi.
Hi.
Well, I don't know how to follow picking your friend's nose or not picking your friend's nose. You can't follow that kind of wisdom. That's like the best there is. So, I mean, the only thing I could say is, you know, if you're really stressed out and, you know, the imposter syndrome hits you hard and you got a roadblock in front of you, take time. Like, don't be afraid that if either, like, you can't write through it or you're too scared or you're too stressed to do it. What I've learned is just take time and go to your favorite place. Like, one of my favorite places is I love going out to Gettysburg and going out to the battlefields and being able just to see these rolling landscapes and all of these statues. And I've found some of my best creativity just taking a hike, doing whatever, doing something that you never would guess that you'd get an inspiration from, but you will.
Absolutely, man. I do. That's awesome. Go outside. Literally hug a tree. Talk to a squirrel. It's amazing what you will hear back if you truly listen. On that note, go back to what I told you about GOAT. After this show, do me a favor. Let's all send a message. Good vibes. Listen to GOAT, Union of Mind and Soul. It's really cool. And I don't know. This is one of my favorite ones I've done yet. I love all of you. Thank you very much. Everybody that's out there is watching. You are important. You will create something good if you just sit down and write it. I dare you. I triple dog dare you to make something, even if it's just for yourself. Get that calendar. Put those X's up there. Get that little notebook I told you from the dollar store. Write it analog. Write it down like James said. It's amazing if you get it there. Yeah, Ben too. Look, take the computer out of your hand. Carry a little notebook on you. It feels good, and you'll get stuff done. All right. This is the best. You guys, I love you all. That's it for the pizza pod. Oh, wait a second. I can't forget. Start it up.
Oh,
Well, my name, it is a number. It's on a piece of plastic film. Right there. Right there. This is the next Start It Up. Space Ace. Woo! Shock me. Put on the black leather. Come on. Back in the New York groove. This is it. I want to see this guy as a DCC or MCC, PC, NPC, patron, creature, whatever you want. Sure, start up the Pez version. Maybe this is, oh, you know, that's a good idea, Venus boy. Maybe this is a little holy relic. The Ace Pez. You never know. Go nuts. Go nuts. But submit something to me. All right? If you don't got a project you're working on, give you a shot at this. I'm going to let you on. I'm not going to tell you no. There's 5 of you. We'll all go on together and we'll talk about Space Ace. But do something. Do something while you can. The clock is ticking. You're going to die. We're all going to die. So get something done. Have fun while you're doing it. All right? Make some friends. I love you all. Ciao, Piezans, and good night, Miss Calabash, wherever you are. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Elena.